Applejack judging a fashion contest? What a joke. Oh wait, you're serious. So welcome to one of the weirdest plot summaries I think I'll ever cover. And man, I've had some weird ones. I think this is less of a weird plot summary and more of out of left field plot summary. And I think why it has so much cognitive dissonance to go along with it is because the story just doesn't feel natural, like, at all. Heck, it feels forced as hell to try to get a reaction about just how forced it is. That's why they're trying to parody and lampshade the premise at the beginning of the episode, and just how odd the premise is. And as much as I appreciate that, at the same time, just because you point out how odd something is in a story, it doesn't excuse how odd that thing still is. Even so, why not ask Twilight or Rainbow Dash or something like this? From what I can tell, Applejack just doesn't understand the appeal of art, like at all. So having her judge something she doesn't really know anything about, even from an aspect like practicality, doesn't really seem to make any sense. I mean, I think it would have been more beneficial if she was like in the test audience or something, and not the main judge for the event. I'm just saying. Keeping that glaring point in mind, this episode is okay, I guess. On a basic level, it's good to see photo finish and hoity-toity, whatever your name is again. And having a rarity-centered anything is always good in my book, but again, it's all about the execution. And let's talk about that more in the episode summary plot thing, whatever, starting now. We start off in Ponyville, but Rarity lets the news slip that the judge for her contest thing is Applejack, who is just as surprised as you are.
Applejack! What? What?
What?
After Applejack thinks about it, she decides to take Rarity up on her offer. I also like how everyone has to start calling Coco Mrs. Pamel for legal reasons. Don't you just love the USA? Don't answer that. We get that Applejack isn't really a fan of the art that's being displayed. At first, Rarity is all for this, as I guess it's a different take from what she was going for, adding a practical touch and advice from what certain outfits will have. But it quickly turns sour, not by this, but by Applejack's lack of understanding of art. The contestants are constantly trying odd things, like messing with the chick's hair.
So, when are you gonna do her mane?
Oh, it's already been done.
Oh, that's awkward. They're complaining about that emo girl's rips and lack thereof.
Are you putting holes in the clothes? On purpose?
She sounds like a mom complaining about ripped clothing. I'm dying.
Dear Diary, mood apathetic. My life is spiraling downward.
I'm dark and sensitive with low self-esteem. The way I dress makes every day feel like Halloween. I have no real problems, but I like to make believe I stole my sister's mascara. Now I'm grounded for a week.
This also progresses Rarity to channel her frustration with the most epic moment of the episode.
You seem a little stressed. Wanna try? Music is very relaxing. Sure. Much better.
This mess progresses to Applejack and something fashion altogether.
This is so silly. Fashion is ridiculous.
Good job, Applejack, because insulting an artist's craft isn't like the worst thing you could possibly do.
In bird culture, this is considered a dick move.
This proceeds exactly how you expect it to. The contestants are horrified and proceed to quit.
If they're out, I'm out too.
I can't even. Yeah. No.
Now Applejack realizes how much she just messed up. She rounds up the contestants, puts on the pageant, and now everyone wins. Yeah. Honestly, this just seems like a weak episode for me. Thank God that much of the episode, despite the main plot, was fun and enjoyable, but the rest of it just falls flat for me. Applejack cannot judge art. Let's just get that out of the way right now. So knowing that, this episode is just so painful to sit through. We know exactly how this episode is going to go, not only just from the beginning, but by the episode description. And trying to pull off such an idea like this is hard to do in its own right, let alone with a whole bunch of new writers. Just knowing that, this episode is so painful to sit through. And poor Rarity. Like, how are Rarity and Applejack friends again? I guess they did that thing that one episode, and it happened, but that was all the way in season 1, and who remembers that? But Rock and Rarity and other aspects I think already covered. Emo pony named Inky Rose. Make this episode a little bit more bearable than what possibly could have happened, I guess.
How about this one? I call it bold and brash. More like belongs in the trash.